Leonardo here. I will play the first 20 subscribers to this channel. In addition to that, those people have the option of me reviewing that game and making a YouTube video on it where I go over mistakes that both people made and we can use it for room for improvement for both of us. Now, this game was pretty interesting because this guy, so I found him in the ChessDojo Discord, and he's also a chess.com employee. Like, for instance, if you click on his profile, it shows that he's a chess.com staff member, which I thought was pretty cool. So, to go over this game, so what we had here was e4, e5. He played the Vienna. And here the main move is d5. If you don't play d5, you get into a really tough situation as black, and that's one of the reasons why this opening is good. Here both d takes c5 and f takes c5 are moves according to Stockfish. However, what we're playing here is the main line. And here he went queen f3. Here another main move is knight f3, and I have that analysis here if you guys want to go over it more in detail. As always, the analysis is in the description section. So here after queen f3, I got a little bit panicked and I didn't know what to do. I remember that f5 here was a move at some point, and that's what I ended up playing. However, what Stockfish recommends is playing, well, one of the other moves it recommends is knight c6, and the whole idea here is that if white takes the knight here, so if I just show this real quick, black can play this and then get a tempo on the queen and then be able to take this knight, and then the queen is defending the knight, which is pretty cool. But anyway, so I go f5, and here the right move was d3, forcing me to take this knight over here. And so what happens here is he takes en passant, which is of course a very natural thing to do. But the problem with this, and if I turn on the analysis, you'll see that black is better. Let me just turn on the engine. And the reason for that, and you'll see this in the game, is black has so many open lines and black has a lead in development now. And then here was, I would say, the deciding factor of the game. So here, as you can see, white needed really to go d4 so they can catch up on development. But here, black ends up playing g3, and you can see the evaluation goes very negative. And at this point, with perfect play, it turns out that black is winning. And here, even though Stockfish recommends knight c6 to get the lead in development, I play a bishop g4, which is also one of a pretty decent move. And from here, you just kind of see how black's lead in development at this point makes it very hard for white to survive. So here he checks my king, which is a very natural move. At the same time, again, for white, it's very difficult to come up with moves here. Like I would probably lose this position as white. So here, I block it, and this basically makes me one move closer to castling, which is nice. And he goes d4 here, and then I castle. And here he goes bishop e2 with the idea of trying to trade off my bishop. And here, like there's a saying in chess, to take is a mistake, because it would in this case help develop his knight and get white one move closer to castling. So I didn't want to do that. So here I noticed if I actually drop the bishop back, I would be attacking this pawn. And in that case, white either has to waste an additional tempo guarding that pawn, or they have to move the queen. And another reason why I like this move is because it opened this square, this g4 square for my knight, and you can see my rook and my knight are just doing a lot of good on f2. And what's interesting here is after he blocks it, and I didn't see this next move until my opponent played bishop to d3, is I can go knight g4, and this basically like puts black even like in a more of a winning spot than he already was apparently. And the reason for it is this knight's gonna basically come to f2, and it's gonna either win the rook, and I'm gonna be up in exchange, or white's gonna lose the right to castle if they defend the exchange. Like for instance, so after this, and I play bishop takes d3, white has the option of taking this knight, and then and I have this again written in the analysis. But then black can either win this pawn by just taking c2 right away, or go rook c one or f1. And the idea here is white now has lost the right to castling, and this rook is kind of just really annoying black here. So this again would give black a winning advantage. So here you see this happens. These are just, moves. He wins the pawn because white needs something. Here I go bishop d6, and this opens up the e file for me to threaten to win white's queen. So again, white's position is just, it really just sucks because it's just like you lose the game from the opening, and there's nothing you can really do. So here I take the rook. He goes there. I just get my last developed piece out, connect my back rank. And then here he goes, king c3, again, trying to just, open up his bishop, get his knight here, just do something. And then after he goes knight g5 here, I have sometimes a tendency to panic when I'm winning, because either due to time pressure or like I sometimes blunder stuff for no reason, and it gets really annoying. So here I panicked a little bit, but I eventually found queen e8, and this move just either forces a queen trade, or even if it doesn't, just white can't play knight f7 here, and it's just overall it just makes white's life annoying. And after this move, white resigned. So overall, pretty interesting game in the Vienna, and I think this game just shows how a weak king and like a slight lead in development can just translate to an easy victory. So yeah, and if you've liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.